people did get saved just by hearing that.
Yes.
Right? So it's not that we find fault with that, oh, you can't do it that way. We're not trying to set up a new law about how to do it. Okay? But if we just look at that contextually, what is true is that every human being that is born into this earth is born needing eternal life.
Right.
That's what's true.
Sure.
Yep.
There isn't anybody that's going to conquer the grave apart from Jesus.
That's right.
Okay? So every human being needs eternal life. God's done everything that is needed to provide it to every human being as a gift. And He's promised them. Okay? Now all that there is for people is, do you want life or not? Right?
Right.
That's the message of the gospel. And I think, yes, some people always get saved because people were already in places in their hearts to receive salvation. So many times we think it's because of what we said that brought the salvation.
Yeah.
It's just the height of arrogance. God's been having a conversation with the people in their hearts before I ever come and said anything to them.
Amen.
Okay? And so if we think it's because we presented it the right way that they got saved, I mean, we're just missing it.
That's right.
And it's okay. We miss it often. It's okay. But I mean, we've taken the approach of we got to tear down the identity of man in order to convince them they need to be saved.
Yes.
Or we have to use fear to convince them that they need to be saved.
Yes.
And that's been the predominant position of the church. And so what we've done is made the whole gospel about you're not acceptable to God as a person, but you can become acceptable to God as a person. Instead of the gospel being all about life and death. It's all about life and death. It's not about you're not acceptable to God and then you can become acceptable to God. No. It's that you are acceptable to God. He decided you are, and that's why He came to save you. So He looked at you and He thought, man, I can really have a great life with these guys. He concluded that while we were dead in sin. That's the part we don't miss. I mean, go read John 3:16. That's before He died. For God so loved the world that He sent His only Son. So that word love is agap there. It means that God lost His breath when He looked upon the world. That what He saw there was so pleasing to Him that He lost His breath. He got goo-goo-eyed. He got gaga. Right? Who's that lady? Special lady? You know? Like that magic moment.
Yeah,
These are like some of the things going on in God's heart when He's looking upon man even while they were dead in their sin.
Right.
And so from that place, He said, their death isn't acceptable to me.
Right.
Because they're the apple of my eye, this death they're in bondage to is not acceptable to me. Because they're in bondage to this death, we can't have face-to-face. And we can't live eternally together. So then God set about it to do something to conquer and destroy our death. So that we could then have face-to-face fellowship and we could live together eternally. So it's all about life and death. That's what it's about.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.